Peace and love, creatives. Today we're going to swatch my Kuretake Gansai Tambi 36 set watercolors in my brand new watercolor catalog. My reason for doing this is, although I have swatches of every watercolor I own, practically, I don't think all of them, but they're all either in the tin of that watercolor or they are in a random piece of paper that I've put with my art. And if I want to go to see like which paint would be better suited for a piece that I'm making, instead of going into each and every paint that I own, watercolor that I own, because I have a lot, I decided to come up with a cataloging system. I think I've seen Miranda Watson from Alkali Creek do the same, but I'm not sure. I'll put her in the mentions just in case. I'd rather be wrong and mention her than not mention her. You know what I mean? So I decided to take this Arteza sketchbook that I have. It's one of the bigger sketchbooks that Arteza makes, but I love their sketchbooks for sketching and watercolors, so I felt like this would be the perfect one to showcase the colors. Now, this catalog is not to do like a swatching and have like gradients and all that. It's just kind of like a reference guide, like here's the colors more or less, here's what you can do with it, is this what you want to use for your next piece, you know what I mean? And it also has like a little blurb, like for some of them I'll put like a little blurb on the bottom, like information that I might need going forward for these paints. That's my goal, and I guess this is part one of many. I'm hoping to get them all done soon, but as far as recording each and every session, that's not happening. But if I do some off camera, maybe in the next video like this, I'll just show you what I did. Now, the Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolor set of 36 cost, at the moment, they cost, I think it's like $36. I mentioned at some point in the video that I paid $36, but I actually paid $27 for this set, which was a really good price at that time. While making these swatches, I'm thinking about a memory that just popped up because I'm doing these swatches right now. These were my first watercolors that I was kind of like in awe, like super gaga over. I saw Casey Golden using these in a piece, and I'm like, this is when I was still just playing with markers. I owned watercolor, but it was because I got it in a subscription box. It was never anything that I went out to purchase yet. And yeah, I saw these watercolors, the big pots, and of course the wonderful art that Casey made with it. And I was like, I have to one day get those. I have to get to that level where I can get these. You know what I mean? So in the wish list they went, and then they were too expensive. So, I just kind of let them sit there and fester, and then just like all things art related, well, not all things, but sometimes things just go up, the prices go up because of the hype behind it. And then once the hype is down or they've made enough money off of their product, the prices go down considerably. You can even possibly find them being resold on eBay. You know what I mean? So I got an alert that the price had dropped. I want to say I paid $36 for these, but I don't know for sure. And back when these were popular, this was going, I think, for like just under $60. I want to make a piece on the other side with these paints, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do already. I'm hoping that I can, you know, I can pick up what I'm putting down myself, but we will see. And I guess I'll say it out loud, and if it's wrong and I mess up and I hate it, and then it is what it is. It's just a swatch sheet and something to show how our paints work. So I'm thinking, because of all these wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous greens, that we should definitely do some kind of greenery. I don't know what yet, but I know I want some greenery. I'm sorry. I think these watercolors are amazing. They are in the description, like when you're purchasing them, it kind of like mentions you can use them like watercolor or you can use them like gouache. My only concern with using it like gouache is gouache has a matte finish at the end, and if you use this paint in its intensity color, you're definitely going to get a shine. So I would just be careful with that. So at this point, I just realized that my camera decided to stop playing or recording, and I realized while I was already making my image, my illustration on the other side, the colors that you missed were like the more golden pearlescent type colors, which I'll end up showing at the end how they look a little bit more close up. Now this part here, when I do the tree line, it's so satisfying that I zoomed in on it, because like boom, instant tree shadow line in the water, and it was just like, so good. It was very satisfying to make. With this piece, I kind of wanted to make a illustration where I can see like the mountains from a long ways, and then as you come further down the page, you're in this bed of flowers with a tree line behind that, and a lake of some sort behind that, and so on and so forth. And I feel like I was able to execute it well. I didn't use a reference for this piece. I really enjoy challenging myself with using my imagination as to how it would look, and seeing if my memory can put it down on a piece of paper, you know, nice enough for me to say, okay, it looks like the thing that I'm trying to make, you know what I mean? And I feel like I did get it. My only issue, to be honest with you, was at the point where I start making the bed of flowers. I think impatience kind of ruined that part. It looks good. It doesn't look horrible, but I feel like if I just waited for my page to dry, the bed of flowers would have definitely looked a lot cleaner. But still, all in all, I don't hate the piece. I really do like the piece. At this point of the illustration, I'm looking at the flowers, and then like right behind the flowers, I'm just like, it just doesn't look right. Something's missing. Something's wrong there. You know what I mean? And then that's when I decided to put a tree line behind the bed of flowers, just to make it make the viewer, the eye, aware that we're not just right in front of this landscape. There's like layers to it. You're really at like a more distance than you think you are. I hope that it translates well. Like, I hope that that's what you get from it when you look at the image. Making this piece was fun. I tried to like make water, like, you know, the white water shine of it, but I don't know if that came out as good as I wanted it to. Here's the finished swatching with the little bit of blurbs that I decided to write down, and the finished image. And it's kind of wrinkled in the back because I've already done another swatch on the other side. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this. And maybe if you'd like to see more, like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thank you for your support. Peace and love.